This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so the next one is the États-Unis. États is a state, Unis is United States. Philippines is the Philippines. So these are plural form. And the conversation here is now I think you can understand this conversation. Où allez-vous cet été? That is where we'll see that today. Allez-vous is the reverse form of vous allez. If you can see, we have discussed the conjugation part. Allez-vous is do you go this summer? So someone is asking, where do you go this summer? So one of them says, Je vais au Mexique. I am going to Mexico. Mexico is ending with E, but it is masculine. And the second one says, en Suisse. Suisse is Switzerland. The third one says, aux États-Unis. That is, it's a contracted article. We'll see that today. AUX to the United States. So États-Unis is United States. And the last one says, moi, me, I rest in Paris. Je reste à Paris. Paris is also the word Paris is it's an English word. Whenever you use that in French, you say Paris, P-A-R-I. That's it. There is no Paris. It's Je reste à Paris, P-A-R-I, à Paris. So here these are some exceptions. Mexico is ending with E, but it is.
Rahul, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
In the seasons, you said in printemps is a masculine one, correct?
Yeah.
Is it LA or LE? LE is masculine.
Yes, Ellie is masculine.
Okay. Okay.
If the word is ending with the E, generally that is feminine. For that, it becomes la, la. Here it is li, li printemps, le printemps. So you jump from L to P directly. Le printemps, le eve, le autumn, le été. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So for the words ending with E are all feminine, and then the article here, the je habit, habit is a word to live. Habit, habitat, habit is a habit with the E, that is habite, that is you live. That's why the word habitat is coming. Habitat is a place where animals or a specific species lives. So the word is coming from a French word, habit. Habit is to live. So when you say I live, in all of these uh, words which are ending with E are all feminine, and you say je habite en France. I live in France. Je habite en Spain. Je habite en Spain. Je habite en Italy. Je habite en Angleterre. Angleterre is, can anyone tell me what is Angleterre?
England.
Argentina?
England.
England, perfect. It's England. I think we discussed, but let me just tell you the the full form of Angleterre. Angleterre, if you see in the comment box, is coming from two words, angle plus terre. And English in French is called anglais, not English, it is anglais. So whenever you say now I speak English, it is je parle, that is speak anglais. Anglais is English, terre is a land. So both of them combined together says English land. That becomes England. England is in your English part, it is UK, United Kingdom. That was earlier called Angleterre. Angleterre is English land, England. So England is Angleterre. United Kingdoms together, I think I correct me if I'm wrong. United Kingdoms is a collection of 2 or 3 countries, right? Scotland, I'm not sure, but that,
Ireland and then England.
yeah, kind of. So here, Angleterre is only England. Here, Angleterre is England. The word is coming from Angle plus terre. Okay, and with the same word, there is another word called pomme de terre. Pomme is an apple. Pomme is an apple. The reason I'm discussing now is because the word is connected to terre. Terre is land, and there's a word called pomme de terre. So pomme means an apple. So what will be pomme de terre? Pomme is an apple. Pomme de terre means terre is land. So apple of land, that would become,
Switzerland.
no, it's not a country. It's a vegetable. Pomme de terre. That is, you'll not get it. It's a very wild guess, but it is potato. So the potato, they didn't have a word for it, so they called it the apple of the land. So the apple comes from the tree, but the apple that comes from the land is called a pomme de terre. Pomme de terre is a potato. So that is how the name, it got the name pomme de terre. Pomme is an apple. Of land is from the land. So pomme de terre is potato, and pomme is an apple. I hope it is clear. The reason I took it now is because we are discussing land, and that is how I got to know about this. I remember this word, pomme de terre. Okay. Yeah, coming back to this, vowels is starting with an I. All of these countries, again, Jabita, Iraq, Iran, Jabita, Israel. Masculine form, it's Jabit o Portugal. It's a contracted articles when you're talking about at the, you instead of using at and the, it becomes a contracted article that says o. O is at the. So for feminine it becomes en, and for masculine it is o. Jabit o Portugal, Jabit o Brazil, Jabit o Peru, Jabit o Venezuela. And the plural form is au becomes a plural form, aux. So je habite aux États-Unis, je habite aux Philippines, je habite aux Pays-Bas. Pays-Bas is Netherlands. The country itself is in a plural form, Netherlands. Okay. I think Ambreen, you were not there for the last class, so we discussed this body part. You can just go through the slides. I'll just quickly repeat it. It's la tête. It's starting from here. La tête. La tête is head. Les X is eyes. One eye is called an eye. Le nez is nose. Le oreille is the ear. There is a famous from brand by this name, which is coming from this word. L'Oreille is L'Oreal. The famous brand from in France is coming from this word, L'Oreal. L'épaule, shoulder. Le point is an hand, sorry, the wrist. Le main is hand. Les doigts are fingers. It's in plural form, les doigts. And genou is a knee. Jambe is a leg. Le jambe, le genou. And foot is le pied is foot. La cheville is the the heel, and les orteils are fingers. Again, this is also in plural form, les. And le estomac is stomach, le coude is arm, le bras is the shoulder, the elbow. This is the elbow, le coude, and this is called the uh, muscle. What do you call it? Yeah, muscle. Le cou is the neck. Les dents, again plural form. Les dents are teeth. Le bouche is the mouth, and les cheveux is plural form, masculine, and hair, H-A-I-R, H-A-I-R-S, hair. It's in plural form. So these are called les parties du corps. Corpse, again, here we use that in English also. Generally, we say corpse is for a dead body in English. Corpse. Les parties du corps. And this also are used for some organizations. They called it corpse. That's in English. Okay. And months is again same: Janvier, February, March, April, May, June, Juillet, Août, September, October, November, and December. Only thing here that are changing is March, similar, April is April, May is May, June is June. Only July is Juillet, not Juliet. It is Juillet. Remove the T. It is Juillet. Juillet. And August is Août. Août. August is Août. September, October, November, and December, everything is same. Just that the last two alphabets, that is E and R, becomes R and E. Weekdays, Monday is Landi. Landi. Tuesday is Mardi. Wednesday is Mercredi. Today, that is Thursday, is Judi. Friday is Vandradi. Saturday is Samdi. And Dimanche is Sunday. Dimanche is Sunday. Okay. So these are the weekdays. The weekdays are called les jours de la semaine. Les jours are days of the week. Of is day. La is a feminine form of the. Semaine is ending with e. It is feminine. So this is how you have to look at things. Is it in singular form? Is it in plural form? What is the article here? What is the semaine? Why it is la here, and why, because it is ending with e, that is why it is la. So it is les jours de la semaine. Les jours de la semaine. Okay. So these
Days
yeah,
off, is it?
of the week.
Okay.
When there is to the week, or then it becomes a contracted article. We'll see that later on. If it is of, it is different. Of the week. When it is to the, then it is a contracted article. Here we have seen some of the interrogative words: qui, quoi, pourquoi, quand, où, where is où, comma. Just now we saw vous allez-vous cette semaine, or cette été. This was the word. Où. Comma is how. Yeah. Como is how. Combien is how many. When you're talking about people or numbers, it's how many. Combien de personnes est dans la classe? How many students are there in the class? We'll see that. We'll form questions and we'll try to get some answers. Directions is again le nord, le sud, le est, le ouest, and the northeast direction is le nord-est, le nord-ouest, le sud-est, le sud-ouest, le sud-west. Okay, directions. And then the two most important verbs in French. Amreen, did you attend this session, the être and the avoir verb? Because that's really
Yes,
important.
yes. I
Thank
have attended this.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll just quickly go through this. I think we've spent a lot of time on this verb, so I hope it is very clear for you guys in terms of the conjugation, the person, the object that comes after the verb, sorry, the adjective, and what is the affirmative form, what is the negative form, and what is an interrogative form. We have discussed three of them, and also there's another tense that comes is uh, apart from affirmative, negative, interrogative is interjection, where we don't use I, you, it's just like come here, go there, and stuff. We'll see that later on. That's like too much into deep, but right now we'll just focus on these three portions, that is affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Here, remember, we are only discussing present tense. So we haven't started past tense yet. So whatever it is now we're discussing or moving forward till we start past tense will be all present tense. People, a lot of them get confused thinking that this is negative or past tense. So remember, this is only present tense, and here we are only looking at three forms, that is affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Yeah, this is the second most important verb, that is avoir, is I have, to have. And we also did some exercises on that. And let's start with a really important and a very big chunk of verb, that is the other verbs. Uh, Here, remember, in French, the verbs are divided in groups. I don't know about English, but in French, the verbs are divided in different groups. The groups are this is for just for our understanding. The first group, here you see this premier. Premier, I'm using this as a superscript. I don't know how okay, yeah. The premier group is the first group, and remember we are discussing present tense. And the first groups are the verbs which are ending with er. So the verb is something which defines an action that happens. So the verb is something which gives talks about an action that happens. And these groups, there are a lot of group verbs. Like when I say I talk is a verb. I walk is a verb. I sleep is a verb. I wake up is a verb. And you use all of this verb throughout your daily life. So verbs are something which defines action. So now in French, these verbs are divided in three groups, and this is like not physically division. It's just like for us to understand it better, we tell these verbs are divided in groups. The first groups are the verbs ending with er. So all the verbs that are ending with er will fall under this group. Okay, and then the second group is there, the verbs which are ending with ir. And the third is verbs which are ending with re. These that is called the irregular verb. So like this, we have three different groups. Today we'll be discussing only the first group, that is the ER verbs. The verbs which are ending with ER. So for your understanding, I'm adding this word plus here, ER. So for example, we have taken the verb parler. Parler is to speak. When I say I speak, the verb here is je parle. That means now remember, this is the verb, and if you remove this plus symbol, the verb is P-A-R-L-E-R, parler. Remember, this is called the infinitive verb. Whatever verb, talk, walk, sleep, get up, wake up, speak, hear, listen, all of these are verbs. These are verbs in an infinitive form. So when I say the infinitive form of the verb is parler, P-A-R-L-E-R. Parler is an infinitive form of the verb. And when you write it for I, je parle, this is the conjugation of this verb according to this person. Okay. So this is the, for your understanding, I have given a little space. It's P-A-R-L-E-R. Okay. So first we'll see what is the rule here. Is for all the verbs which are ending with er, you remove the verb er and you place this endings e, es, e, ons, ez, and ent. Okay. So for all of these verbs ending with er, for first person singular, that is je, I, it is je parle, that is P-A-R-L-E, that is ending with a e. You remove er and then you add an extra e. For tu, it is you remove er and you add an extra es. And for ill and l, you remove er and you place an extra e. For nu, it is parlons, you add an extra ons instead of a er. For vous, it is ez. For ils and else, it is ent. So the first sentence becomes je parle, I speak. Tu parles, you speak. Il parle or elle parle, he speaks or she speaks. Nous parlons is we speak. Vous parlez is again you speak. Ils parlons and elles parlons is they speak. So if we want to add a word to it, it becomes, let us do it as French. So when I say,
Excuse me. Why did you? I mean, can you repeat? Like, why are we using just E, ES, and E? I did not get that properly.
okay, so these are called the endings. So in English, when you say I speak, you speak, he speaks, we speak, they speak, and you speak, the verb speak is same throughout, irrespective of the person, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But in French, it the endings of the verb changes. So this verb here is called the infinitive form of the verb, but here parler is called the conjugation of this infinitive form, that is parler, in first person singular. Okay. So whenever I say I speak, that is I, and the verb here is to speak, I know that for first person it's a er ending verb. I have to remove the r. Okay. So we'll remove the er and you place this e. That means we are conjugating this verb parler for first person. That is, we just put a e. We remove the r. So now the sentence becomes I speak. If I write directly I parler, is it's wrong because I am using the infinitive form of the verb, which means to speak. But here it is I speak. not I to speak. The infinitive form of the verb is to speak. Yes, Megha, you have to learn this for each and every verb. It's very simple. It's very simple. For all of the ER verbs, it is the same. So when I write I speak, it is je parle. Tu speak, tu parle is tu parle is you speak. L and L, it is same again, parle. Nous, it is ONS. Vous, it is EZ, parler. Ils and else, it is parlons. So it is je parle, tu parles, il parle, elle parle. Nous parlons, vous parlez, ils parlons, and elles parlons. The first sentence, let us complete it. It is je parle français. I'll write it here. Je parle français is French. Remember the word here, French is not the same in English, in French. French is called français. So whatever you are learning is you're learning the language français. To apprendre is to learn la langue français. Yes, Megha, you're absolutely correct. You just had need to see which person we are conjugating and accordingly make that small slight changes at the end of the verb. And this is really important because for all of the ER ending verbs, you almost follow the same rule, only that here PAR will change. And yeah, it is difficult, but believe me, it will be very easy moving forward. So this is just the present form, and then you have now future and past. So it all comes with practice. There's no rocket science. You will remember, and everyone can remember. It's just that the practice has to happen. It's same for any language.
But when we were using like you are tall or I am tall, the previous thing in affirmative or negative, why did we not use this kind of verb?
Okay, good question. Let me just quickly go back. Yeah, this is the verb avoir. This is the verb être. Okay. The verb avoir and être are called the auxiliary verbs. That's why when I started, these are the two important verbs in French. So this verb is actually ending with re, and the other word avoir is ending with ir. So first of all, they don't fall under the first group. The second thing is these verbs are called auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are verbs which are also often called helping verbs. So these verbs help other verbs conjugate. So the first exception is these are two important verbs which don't fall under the regular group. That's why we did them before, and these are very important. So that's why we did être and avoir first, and now we are jumping to the ER verb, because ER verb is now, it's a group of verbs that are following the same rule. Okay. And for negative, it is same. You just have to add now and pa around it. So I would not spend more time on that. That is because it's same like what we did in avoir and et. You just have to locate the verb and place the endings. That is no and pa around it. That's it. So I speak, I don't speak. You speak, you don't speak. He speaks, he don't speak. He doesn't speak. Or we speak, we don't speak. You speak, you don't speak. They speak and they don't speak. It is je parle, je ne parle pas. Tu parles, tu ne parles pas. Il parle, il ne parle pas. Nous parlons is nous ne parlons pas. Vous parlez and vous ne parlez pas. Ils parlons and ils न parle pas. That is, they don't speak. Okay. Any questions, any doubts, anything in this? You just have to remember the verbs and the endings. If it is ending with er, you will have to get this picture in your mind and look at the person, that is e, es, e, ons, ez, end. Depending on which person it is, you add the ending. A quick yes or no, did you understand, or do you want me to repeat? Thank you. Okay, so now getting on to the verbs which are ending with er, sorry. Adjectives are there. Okay, so these are all the important verbs that are all ending with e, and today we'll look at all of them. I will try to give the meanings for this, and it is ferme is to close. Okay. Chanter is to sing. And aimer is to like or to love. Arriver, can anyone tell me what is arriver?
Arrive.
Yes, to arrive. Chercher, chercher. Chercher is anyone? Here I would need your little participation. No idea. Good. Good that you at least came back. So to chercher is to search. Commencer. Now I think this I should get an answer. Commencer.
Comments. Comments.
To commence.
start.
Commence. Perfect. Danser. I think everyone should get it.
Dance.
To dance.
Yep. Demander.
To demand.
To demand.
Demand or to ask. Here it is. Ask. Detester is to hate. You will not get it. Donner.
To give.
Yes. Écouter. It's écouter. Is to hear.
Yeah. Okay.
Étudier.
Study.
Yep. To study.
Study. Study.
Perfect. And see, it's very simple. Megha. Manger is
To eat.
To manage.
To eat.
To eat.
to eat. Yeah. Nager is it's a new word, that is to swim. Nager is a verb to swim. Penser is to think. Now tell me this one. Porter. Porte.
To move. To move.
Not really move. Porter, anyone? Have you heard of this word before? Porter?
Yeah. The person who carries or carries. To carry.
Yes. Perfect. To carry. Porter is to carry. Regarder. Regarder is to look.
To give regards.
No. Regarder is to look. Rêver is to dream. Trouver is to find. Next one, visiter,
To visit.
to visit. Voler is to steal. This one, adore,
To adore.
yeah, to adore, or it's a higher degree of like or love. Adore. Habiter, I think this we have discussed. Habiter,
To live.
to live. So, can you quickly type in je habite and your city name in the chat box? It's a ER ending verb,
Where?
so you just have to remove ER and then place a E, and you will be using I. So it is je habite. On is EN. Je habite on, and then the city name.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, apostrophe I had forgot, but I think you guys remember. Je habite en Mysore. Yeah, perfect. I think we need one or two more. We got, yeah, Chennai, Mysore, Baroda, Porbandar. You want to yeah, that's fine. Okay, jouer is to play. Jouer is to play. Jouer is to play. Montre is to climb. Trouver is to find. That's already done. Goûter is to taste. Laver is to clean. Parler is to speak, and marcher is to walk. Marcher is to walk. So here you go. All of these verbs, all of them are ending with er, and I've given the English translations also. So I'll quickly copy this because this will not be there in your slides. So So here you have all of them in the chat box. You can just like copy them and save in your slides, or if you want, I can send you over the slides tomorrow. So yeah, these are all verbs which are ending with er. You have their English translations also, and now you know to conjugate any of these verbs in the er form, that is the present tense. So what I want you to do is just to get a experience or a habit of or when you write it you will get it. So I want you to do the it's like for your weekend uh, exercise is you have to conjugate these verbs in present tense affirmative, this tense in negative. So let's give it a different color, and these few tenses in again interrogative, and this one in the plural form, only the plural form, that is no, wo, and else and else. including this. So here, this one is you have to write all of the tenses in present tense, affirmative. So when I say ferme is I close, you close, he close, she close, we close, you close, and they close for the first verb ferme, and then the second verb chanter. And when you're coming to danser, you would write it as je ne danse pas. That is, I don't dance, you don't dance, she don't dance, he don't dance, we don't dance, and so on. And for this one, manger is je mange is I eat, manger je is did I eat. So it's you have to write the interrogative part, which is same as reversing the affirmative. And the last one is you have to only write for the plural form, that is nous, vous, ils, and else. Let me show you again. Yeah, this is the plural form. This is third person, this is the first person plural, nous, second person plural, vous, and the third person, ils and else. Okay, any doubts, anything in this? So if you complete this portion, you would be able to translate or write any paragraph using all the er ending verbs, and there like you would be able to make a lot of sentences. That's why I want you to like write all of these. This is really important. So just let me know if it's okay. Just quickly type in yes or no in the comments so that I know you're ready to do it. Or will it be too much? Yeah, it's Aisha. This is only for weekend. I know it's too long. It would take about an hour or two. That's why I said it's for the weekend. So what you have to do is, as I showed you, take the first 5 or 6 verbs, 7 verbs, write only the affirmative. The next 5 or 6 verbs, write only the interrogative, or the next 5 or 10 words, only the negative. So it's not obligatoire. Obligatoire is obligate. Sorry, in English it is. It's not compulsory that you take only these words. You can randomly select or randomly divide all this group into 3 or 4 different groups and write your own. So you will that way you can exercise, and the whole reason and the point is you when you write all of this, the the nous form, the vous form is clear, and you know what exactly chercher is. So suppose for this verb chercher, you were able to identify it as such, but this one, the test is to hate. So when you write it for like 5 or 6 times, the conjugation is also registered and the translation is also registered. So I hate, you hate, he hates, she hate, we hate, you hate, and they hate. So this will be registered in your mind. And now any of these words, when you want to make a sentence, say suppose I dreamt of Canada last night. So the word is rêver, and you would say I dream of is they, Canada is le Canada. So I dream of Canada. So like that, you should be able to make small petty sentences that really will be the starting point of learning a language. So now you know the grammar rule. Now you know the vocabulary. You have certain vocabulary, and now this will help you get a step ahead. That is, make sentences. small sentences with just 3 words or 4 words. That is, I love, like, hate, love, taste, live, adore, ask, steal, speak, walk. Small words, and then the, of the, to the, or I like pomme de terre, that is, I like potatoes, I like apple. And with the vocabulary that you will develop soon, you should be able to make like a whole paragraph out of this verb, which would be roughly around 100 sentences. Okay, are you guys with me? Are you getting it? Yeah, thank you. I hope you understand the reason why I'm making you write. I know it is a hectic job, and that until you do the dirty work, the writing work, it it becomes really important. So we will end this session here. If you have Rahul, I missed your introduction on that day of webinar. Can you please tell me about yourself if you don't mind? Thank you, Megha. That's a very good question. I think we have one more visitor today, so I'll quickly tell about myself, Megha. I am Rahul Sancheti. I have, by profession, I am a digital marketer, and I help companies and individuals market their products and services online. So a digital marketer, and just by passion, I teach French, just out of passion. And this passion I developed when I was in my +2, that is my 12th standard. French was my, by force I had to take this language because I really didn't wanted to study Sanskrit, and this was the only option. And then I slowly developed a little interest towards learning this language. And then I went on to do my engineering, that is a 4 years program. And this is little funny here. If you can, like, if you wish, you can smile and laugh on my this thing story. It's I started my engineering, and then 1 year into my engineering, second year I had got a lot of time. So just to avoid my uh, father taking me to his business after the course, after the college, because my college was near to my office. So after the college, I used to often go to my office, and then my father used to make me sit there till the evening. To avoid that, I wanted to take some class so that I can run back home. So that is how I took the French course, which was just beside my house, institute. And there that was only to avoid being being held up at my office. So there I started taking this course, and then I met this girl, and the we became good friends, and that is how it kept me taking this course for next 3 years. So just to stay in that course, because that was the only chance we get to meet in the class. So that is how I slowly did my, it was first year, and then it was second year, and by the end of my engineering, I completed a 3 years diploma course in French. So that's my journey. And then since I did my advanced diploma, I went on to do my master's in Paris. Then I came back in the year 2010. I've done my master's there, and I worked for an e-commerce company for 1 year, and then I came back to India, then to join my family business again, and then yeah, that's it about me. And then I started taking classes at Amity because I really liked the language, and that was the only way I could be connected with the language. So I started taking classes at Amity University in Hyderabad. I was a visiting faculty there. So I only used to take classes in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. And then by 11 o'clock, I'm back to my business. So that was my schedule. And then we kind of winded up our business in 2015, and then since then I am into digital marketing, and now I have kind of decided ki let's think about Canada, and that is how I started learning in 2019. I started taking the course. I learned about TEF exam and gave the exam last year without any preparation, because I didn't know what was there in the exam, what was the syllabus, what was the topics. I thought I knew French, so I just went in and then gave the exam. I got B1 in almost like 3 or 4 modules. 3 modules, I guess. Writing, I like totally, it was worst. So then I started preparing for TEF. I started collecting material, and that is how I got kind of better in that. I'm still doing that whenever I get free time, and that's it. And then a post came in from Asha which says French. Then I quickly replied, and then this step thing got started. So there was nothing planned. There's no, I don't see like it's a first batch. Moving forward, I don't know if I'll take another batch or not. We'll complete this batch, of course. So with my learning, I wanted to share this experience with others also. That, and since I've already been into teaching, so I hope my teachings are like up to the mark. Kind of you're getting it, because I've taught students from BBA and MBA background. So they are kind of little mature audience like you are. So not students, especially with the primary or 10th, 12th standard student. You are kind of mature audience, what I say. So I hope my learnings and are like my teachings are like fair enough, good enough. If you have any issues or if you have any comments, or you can just always text me, or you can just put it in the chat box. I would be happy to improve it. And yeah, thank you, Megha. That was, I know it's a very funny and filmy intro. Thank you. Quickly, if you have any issues with any of the teaching, you can always get that. Yeah. Any questions, anything?
Rahul, whatever we are have learned to this, in these slides. So, in TEF exam, are they asking anything related to this grammar, anything? Whatever we have learned till date.
First thing is they'll not ask you direct grammar questions. It is always sentences. So whatever we will be doing till A2, nothing will come in the exam. In the sense, not direct question.
Means in form of the sentences they ask something to test our grammar, spelling.
That will come. And but when we look at those questions, then you need not go back and say what is pensée. Pensée means to think or what. So that's why first thing is we have to go through all the grammar topics, that is A1 and A2 level, for next 2 months. And after that, once we complete this course, we will start for B1 and B2. That will be more focused towards TEF. That is how questions are coming in the exam. And since by that time you will be done with your present, past, and all of those sentences.
Okay.
Sentence formation. At that time, when I say conjugate the sentence in present, past, and future, you should be able to do that with the knowledge that you have got in A1 and A2. Then I will not sit and tell you what is present tense, what is past tense, what is future tense, how do you conjugate a sentence, what is the exception, is it masculine or feminine, it is viewed a definite or indefinite article. That will not come that time. That's why grammar thing is the first thing that you have to learn in any language. Once you're through to the grammar, it comes down to practice. and that time I will share a lot of materials with you. And if you just you follow one book, you go step by step, we do one or two exercises here and there, and rest of the exercises, when you complete that at home, you yourself will be more confident. As in, I can do this,
Okay.
I can do that. And after a month or two, you can give any of those mock tests.
Okay, that will be based on A1, A2.
It will be based on B1 also. So this exam is not for A1 and A2.
No, no,
First
no.
thing is,
Suppose if I want to test my knowledge, I'm opening the book of the test. No, you shown in the webinar yellow cover book.
yes.
250 activities like that. So I'm just asking, if I want to test my knowledge, what is my level of the French? So suppose from that book I'm doing some exercise. So can I find something related to on that level? No, I can just test my. Yes, that one. Yes. Yes, this one. 250 activities. So I can check my level, no?
Yes, you can check, but to be frank, you will be disheartened because these are little tricky exercises. So until you know the grammar and then you do some of these test exercises in the class together, you will get a knack of it. And after that, you can buy this book and do. That's what I am trying to like tell. I hope you got the point I'm trying to make. And there's one more called this book. This also got exercises. So they have got situations here, and you have got situations here. And when you talk about this situation, we will be talking about, suppose this guy. I hope you see this text here. Yeah, this guy, he's in one dress is wearing a pant shirt. Here is wearing a suit. So all of this have to first you have to get the vocabulary first, and then only you can attempt these questions. After an A1 and A2, it will be really difficult A1 and A2 level. If you try to take this exam, yes, you can take, but you will not be so good at it because these exercises are kind of mixed. There are all levels. So if you see this is called the comprehension écrite. That is comprehension. That's a listening exercise. And here, if you see here, this is which says le niveau 01. That is a very basic level. So you will be able to answer these questions. That is, you have a text here which says Montreal is a place in Canada. And then what is samedi? Can anyone tell me? Prevision, that is prediction for le samedi
Saturday.
14 April. Yeah, 14th April. So it says prevision is prediction for samedi 14th April. Maximum is 16 degrees, minimum is 5 degrees. And now you will have to answer this question, where do you find this? Do you find that first one is, do you find that in a house or on the internet or in a letter or in a train? Where do you find this? Can anyone tell me? A, B, C, or D? Maison is a house. Sur internet is internet. Sur un lettre is on a letter or in a train. So the answer is,
But nothing is mentioned where this advertisement means this
it's not an
something.
advertisement.
No, this information is printed, but on letter, not on internet, or nothing is mentioned. No, where this is.
That's what you have to identify. What is it? Montreal is a place in Canada.
Letter.
No. Montreal is a place in Canada. And then says prediction for 14th April. That is, it's a weather report. And where does this weather report come? It either comes on the internet or it either comes in the newspaper.
TV,
So
internet.
here, yes.
Oh.
So you will not find this information on house or in a letter or in a train, but you will find this information on internet or a newspaper. If he says newspaper, definitely this would be the first option. You will find it in internet. So before that, just to answer that question, you need to identify all of the things that are mentioned here. This is the second one. Can you quickly check the slide here, which says Lave? Lave is a ER ending word.
Elame.
Lave, lave, ala me, ala o frua is lave is what? Just now I had given you a list of verbs which are ending with er, and in one of those you had this verb lave. Can you check the chat? Can you quickly check?
It's to clean.
Yeah, perfect. It is to clean. Now the first word is to clean. Ala me. What is main? M-A-I-N. Just now we saw it's part of a body. M-A-I-N.
Hands.
Yes, perfect.
Hand.
It is clean. Ala me is with the hand. Ala o frua, that is in cold water. La o is water. Frua is cold. So the sticker says clean by hand in cold water. And now the question says here, where do you find this sticker? Now tell me, where do you find the sticker? Clean with
See.
hand. No, generally I'm not talking about this options. Don't look at this option. Just tell me, generally if you find a sticker here, something like this called clean only by hand in cold water, generally where do you find this?
Hospital.
Hospital?
On clothes, maybe. Like
Yes,
new
yes,
clothes.
perfect. Who was that? Yeah, Amreen, thank you. If you find this on, it's on costly clothes or some specific material clothes, which says don't wash it in washing machine, wash with hand and with cold water. Suppose the material is a satin or a material which is not a polyethylene or material like that, that says wash by hand and in cold water. So now the options here are sur un médicament, that is on a medicine, first option. Second is sur un vêtement, is on a cloth. Vêtement is a clothing. The third option is sur un mur. What is this mur? Can anyone tell? On sur un mur. Mur. Which is
Wall.
mur.
Wall.
Yeah,
Wall.
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 See, now you're getting the words on the wall. And the last one is sur un voiture, that is on a car.
Car.
So
Car.
what is the option here?
Second.
Second one, that is on a vêtement. Vêtement is a clothing. Mega, you can buy this book right away, but I suggest don't buy it now. It's available on Amazon, and I have that bill for that also. Here, it's by Goel Publications. It's a Delhi-based company, and the amount is somewhere like this, 1042. You don't buy it because I have a PDF version of it. I can give it to you, or if you are a person who wants to always check the notes and do it in the book, buy it, or if not, I'll send the PDF version. You can just download it and get it spiral binding. You need not spend that 1,000 rupees. You can get it done for like 200, 300 rupees only. Okay, so we have jumped like with my introduction, it went till like half an hour more. Thank you guys for staying back and like patiently listening to me. My intro. If you have any questions.
Rahul, can we have a class during the evening on Monday? If anyone doesn't have problem.
Monday,
Monday alone.
like all the Mondays or just this Monday?
No, only this coming Monday alone.
I'll check with others and then I'll text you in the group.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you. If you have any questions or if you have
One second. Rahul, do you have account in SBI Bank?
no,
Because for me, here is a long line outside of the bank. So it will take time. If you have any bank in SBI, so within 10 minutes you will get the money.
let me check and I'll get back to you by
Yeah, for me it will be easy, no? Otherwise my husband had to stand in queue for 1 or 2 hours.
okay, I'll just check and I'll let you know.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
check.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, anything? And if you have got time, you can just quickly give me a feedback, each one of you, as in you can text me also or put it in the group, or you can send me a direct message. I just want a quick feedback in the current way of taking classes. Any new thing that you want me to implement, or is it like okay, is it not okay, or if there are any issues, any kind of feedback you can just send me across, and then I'll try to improve, and then we'll have a smoother session going forward. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for patiently listening to my story. I know it was kind of a little funny, and I've shared some insights on the exam as well. Uh, and that's it. That's it for today, and then we'll connect again tomorrow. So, au revoir is see you soon, or we in a, thank you, Nidhi. That's really good to hear some kind words from you. Nice session, refreshing. Thank you. So, thank you, guys. In French, it's au revoir. Au revoir is to see you soon, but the pronunciation is au revoir. Adama is see you tomorrow, and Abianto is see you soon. Adama and Bonjour is it's a way of saying have a great day ahead. Stay safe. Yeah, and if you start working on the assignment, the two things. First thing is the audio part on the numbers, and the second thing is for the weekend the sentence making. That is for all the year ending verbs, which we have already discussed. And if you want, I can send it over the updated version of the PPT also. I'll do it tomorrow after the class, so you can refer to that as well. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye bye.